The idea of going to the mall by myself was exciting, as I was never allowed to go there alone. I understand why, as I too have heard stories of children being kidnapped or abused, but seeing that I was the only human around, I was sure it would be okay. At the mall, everything seemed normal at first. Music was playing, lights were flashing, and with no queues, it was quite nice to go about doing my own thing. I tried on clothes and listened to music. I looked at jewelry and smelled some perfume. I didn't take anything as it just didn't feel right. Food was a different story. That was for survival, but taking clothes or jewelry would just feel too much like stealing. Even when I saw that jacket I always wanted but couldn't afford, I didn't take it and felt proud of myself for resisting the temptation. I was a bit hesitant to eat fresh food as it had been standing for too long, and I didn't want to get sick, so I treated myself to ready-made things like Pop-Tarts and muffins. As long as it passed the sniff test, I felt that it was safe to eat. I didn't think it was possible to spend a full day at the mall. Under normal circumstances, I would never enjoy it and would be the one nagging my mother to go home. I was glad that she wasn't around to witness this, as I would never have heard the end of it. On my way home, I stopped at my father's workplace and sat at his desk, pretending to be him. I tried hacking his PC, but I couldn't guess his password. He was always good at that. I used the past tense. No, I shouldn't lose hope. I'm sure they will return, or they will get the aliens to fetch me. I can just imagine my mother driving my father mad with plans and solutions to the calamity. I smiled at the thought. If only she was here to help me solve this mess. I missed my parents terribly. I pushed my bike home, as I was in no hurry to return. I felt my throat was a bit scratchy, so I stopped at the store and got some cough drops, vitamin C and water. After a long bath and a plate full of scrambled eggs with toast, I curled up with my dog on the couch and fell asleep. I had the strangest dream. I dreamt that I was in the hospital having my tonsils removed. I could see myself in the hospital bed with my teddy in my arms. I felt my throat hurt and saw the bright lights through my eyelids. I felt my mother rubbing my back and my father holding my hand. I could even smell the sanitizer and feel the cold, hard sheets over my legs. I blinked a few times and heard my father say, "She's awake." It was so nice to hear his voice. "Ella?" I heard my mother calling me from afar. Her voice sounded concerned. "Ella, are you awake?" I didn't want to wake up because then this dream would be over and I had to return to the reality of me being all alone. I was enjoying having my parents with me and couldn't help but smile. I had to go to the bathroom, so I couldn't continue pretending to sleep any longer, and I opened my eyes reluctantly. There they were, both my parents. Was this real? Could it be? Or was I still dreaming? I saw that I was really holding my teddy and couldn't remember it the night before. I turned to see where my dog was and saw that I was really in the hospital. No, this can't be. Was I dreaming the whole time? Or is this still part of my dream? "Bathroom," I whispered, and heard my voice sounding all weird and my throat hurt. My mother helped me to the bathroom, and when I felt the cold hospital floor under my bare feet, I knew I wasn't dreaming anymore. I felt so confused and couldn't help asking my mother, "Are you real?" She laughed and said I was just feeling confused because of the anesthetics. I tried to remember how I got there, but all I could remember was the 3 days I spent home alone as the only living person. That felt more real than the hospital to me. After a few hours of sleep, I woke up and felt less confused and started to accept that I did perhaps dream all of it. I still couldn't believe how vivid my dream was and wasn't sure if I should tell my parents or perhaps just write it down, as no one would believe me. Perhaps it did really happen, and everything just returned back to normal mysteriously overnight. I must find clues, some proof of the reality I experienced prior to waking up in this hospital bed. What should I do? Write it down and find proof, or tell my parents?